prophet Hosea was assigned to this week's Torah portion. Hosea draws a number of parallels between the individual life of Jacob, the patriarch, and the collective life of the northern kingdom of Israel during the reign of King Jeroboam II. That's the 8th century BCE. The end of the Haftarah, which we'll hear, is the prophet's plea for that people will be humble, that we will be spiritually aware, and in his eyes, sin is what arises when there is the absence of those things, when there is arrogance and forgetting of God, who is the Melech HaOlam. I'd like to point out to you, there is verse 6, which describes, of chapter 14, which describes beautiful imagery of how the Jewish people, how the people of Israel will not only flourish, but will also expand and spread out across the world. And we've taken this as one of the verses which will be found in the balconies of our future atrium. So if you can picture that open space, where at the second and the third levels we have railings, they will be inscribed with multiple verses, all making reference to the noun or the verb of blossom and blossoming. One of the verses that we chose comes from this very Haftarah, when God says through the mouth of Hosea, "I will be like dew to the people Israel, who shall blossom like the lily and strike root like the cedar. Their branches shall spread far and wide. Their beauty will be like the olive tree, their fragrance like Lebanon. Those who sit in their shade shall be revived. They shall bring to life new grain and blossom like the grapevine." So when we hear these words chanted by Jerry Prendergast, we can picture that beautiful atrium that is in the works. Ta'amo Netanyela bat Avraham v'Sarah, verse 6, page 217.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'neviim tovim v'ratzav v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai abocher b'Torah u'v'Moshe avto ובישראל עמו, ובנביאי האמת והצדק. אהיה חתל לישראל, יפרח כשושנה, ויקשור שורשיו כלבנון. ילכו יונקותיו, ויהי כזית הודו, וריח לו כלבנון. ישובו יושבי וצילו, יחיו דגן, ויפרחו חגפן, זכרו כיין לבנון. Ephraim, mali od latzapim, aniti ve'ashurenu, ani kivrosh ranan, mimeni peryacha nimtza, mi chacham ve'yaven ele navon, וידעם כי שרים דרכי אדוני וצדיקים ילכו בם ובושעים ייכשלו בם. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, סור כל העולמים, צדיק בכל הדורות. האל הנאמן, האומר ועושה, המדבר ומקיים, שכל דבריו אמת וצדק. על התורה ואל העבודה ואל הנביאים ועל יום השבת הזה שנתתן לנו אדוני אלוהינו לקדושה ולמנוחה, לכבוד ולתפארת. על הכל אדוני אלוהינו אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך. יתברך שמך בפי כל חי תמיד לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Our head usher and a tremendous student of Torah. Page 195 back in the prayer book for our country and our people. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless this sacred congregation, all who serve it and those who contribute to its future. May all who seek your presence find it here. Bless the house of Israel in all lands near and far. Uphold us, shield us from oppression and hatred, and bring to fulfillment the word of Moses your prophet. The eternal your God will make you 1,000 times as many as you are, and will bless you as promised. And together we say,
Amen.
Amen. We pray for all who serve in positions of leadership and responsibility in our national life. Protect them as they aid and defend your creation. Inspire them to be responsive to your will, so that Canada may be to the world an example of justice and compassion. Deepen our love for our country and our desire to serve it. Cause us to see clearly that the well-being of our nation is in the hands of all its citizens. Keep our home safe from affliction, strife, and war.
Avinu, Avinu, Shebashamayim, Sur Yisrael v'go'alo. Avinu, Avinu, Shebashamayim, Sur Yisrael v'go'alo. Barek, Barek, et Medinat Yisrael, Reshit Tzmichat Gilatenu, Hagen Aleha ve'evrat chasadecha, ufros Aleha sukat shlomecha. Avinu
Shabbat Shalom. I want to do a little study of the Torah portion. So everybody turn to page 204 back in the Torah commentary. Our Torah portion has the story of Jacob and his uncle Laban's house, Lavan, the house of Lavan, and he marries the two sisters, Leah and Rachel. He has many kids with them, and their handmaids, which watch the movie or watch the maybe not exactly the same thing, but after many years he's had enough, and he decides to leave. So we're on page 204, and could I have a volunteer reader? Anybody? Please, Michael. Page 204, start reading at verse 17.
Jacob then got up and mounted his sons and his wives with him. He drove all his livestock and all his possessions that he had acquired. The livestock in his possession that he had acquired in Padan Aram, to go to his father Isaac in the land of Canaan. While Laban had gone to shear his sheep, Rachel had stolen her father's household gods. And Jacob had deceived Laban the Aramean, and Jacob had deceived Laban the Aramean by not informing him that he was fleeing. Jacob fled with all that was his, going up and crossing the river and setting his face towards the hill country of Gilead.
Okay, stop for a second. Thank you, Michael. They're leaving in a hurry. They pack up all their stuff. Jacob doesn't tell that they're leaving. But what does Rachel do? Takes the household gods. The word in Hebrew is trafim, translated here as household gods. We don't quite know what it means. It's used other times in the Bible to be like different kinds of statues. And she takes them. What is she going to do with them? Hold that thought. Think about that. Let's say, what is Rachel doing with these statuettes, these trafim? Okay, so they get going, and eventually Lavan finds them, and he wants to know, well, why'd you flee, and why'd you take my stuff? So Michael, keep reading at verse 25 on the next page.
When Laban caught up to Jacob, Jacob had pitched his tent by the mountain. Laban drove in his tent stakes among his kinsmen near Mount Gilead. Laban said to Jacob, "What have you done, deceiving me and driving my daughters off by prisoners of war? Why did you flee by stealth and deceive me by not informing me? I would have sent you off with festive tongues, with handguns and lions. Nor did you give me a chance to kiss my sons and daughters. How foolishly you acted. It was well within my power to do you injury, but the God of your fathers said to me last night, beware lest you speak to Jacob, beginning well and ending ill. Now, then, you have gone away because you yearn so desperately for your father's house. But why did you steal my daughter?"
Right? So all the stuff, you took my daughters and my grandkids away from me. I had this dream that God said, that I shouldn't do anything bad to you, and you took my stuff. Okay? So Jacob said, keep going, read what Jacob says.
Jacob responded by saying to Laban, "Because I was afraid, because I said to myself, suppose you steal your daughters from me, but the one with whom you find your gods shall not live. See for yourself in front of our king what I have with me, and take it back." Jacob did not know that Rachel had stolen.
Uh-oh, we have tension. And when, in the Bible, when someone makes an oath, that has to be carried out. So he said, if we find the person who stole your stuff, what are we going to do? Okay, keep going.
Laban then entered Jacob's tents and Leah's and Leah's tents and the tents of the two maids and found nothing. Then he left Leah's tent and entered Rachel's tent. Rachel had taken the household gods and put them in the camel saddlebag and was sitting on them as Laban rummaged through
Okay. He didn't find them. Take one and pass them around. If you have to, I don't know if there's enough for everybody, but we can share, because really what I want you to do is just look at, take one and pass around. Look at the picture. So first, I ask, what's Rachel doing? You don't need the picture to try to answer. What did Rachel do? She took something of value to her father, okay. But why would she do that? Because what they signify, okay? What do they signify?
They signify that Jacob is free to establish his own house.
Free to establish. So it's kind of like a power move that Rachel was doing for Jacob, that like in the book of Samuel, where one of David's sons sleeps with David's wives on the roof to like tell everybody I'm now in charge. Or maybe it's like, well, I'm taking the crown or something like that and making myself king. Okay, good. Yeah.
Well, when we look at the statue.
Wait, we're not looking at the statues yet. Hold that thought, Deb. It's still going around. Everybody has one. Well,
Why she took it?
so why'd she take?
Oh, I'm thinking of my mother. She would like a nice living room.
She's taking nice things. She wants tchotchkes at home. I remember the Tennessee Williams play, the Glass Menagerie. She wants a nice case of stuff. Okay, maybe. Why would she? Shouldn't she be a nice monotheist? Like Jacob? Why would she need this stuff? Or if she's taking it, what should she do with them? Destroy them. But she's not doing that. So, yeah, and. Okay.
Who has power in this story? Up to now, Laban had so much power, forcing Jacob to work for 7 years, deceiving him, all that stuff. And maybe it's the way that Rachel is getting back at her father, saying you don't have all the power.
Good. But at the same time, why the gods? Why didn't she take some money? Why didn't she do like Jacob did and take a bunch of sheep? Why didn't she, right? Yeah.
I think this is an indication that monotheism wasn't quite developed.
Interesting. Monotheism might not be so developed, or maybe you can have some statues in monotheism. So I'm going to tell you some traditional interpretations. Rashi says, well, she was taking them so that he wouldn't worship them because it's bad to worship idols. But that doesn't answer why didn't she destroy them, right? Like the story about Abraham destroying his father's idols. But then there's also a comment, well, Jacob makes this oath that whoever takes them, will be killed. And what happens in next week's Torah portion when next week or the week after when Benjamin is born? She dies in childbirth and is buried by the side of the road. She's not even buried in the family plot, right? So some commentators say, well, she gets punished for disrespecting her father. No matter who cares about the idolatry, right? But what's that? Right.
And so when she takes them, she's taking that protection for her and Jacob.
Right.
But perhaps her death shows that the idols did not protect her.
Perhaps, right. So maybe it's kind of a polemic within the Torah that says, Rachel might not have been a good monotheist, and she thought that these idols would protect her, but ultimately they don't, right? Okay. That you could read that. Yeah.
They're tangible, and you've taken them to replace them.
Yeah.
The gods are to Laban, his spiritual protection.
Yeah.
And you just said to him, in effect, it is political power, saying, in effect, politely, I've got the power now.
I've got the power, right. So it's and I like the idea of the power, the taking the power, especially for Rachel, Right, and it uses Rachel but not Leah, but like they don't have much power in the whole situation. They're pawned off by their father, right? And Rachel being the younger sister, she is more loved, but she's what? She only has one kid, and she was infertile most of the time. Hold that thought, infertility too. Yeah.
Because they're false gods.
She only at this point she only has one.
So Laban has power, but because they're false gods, later on in the story also shows that these gods don't have power.
Yeah, that might be the case, but I want to think about maybe they do have power. Now look at the picture. These are from, it's not that clear because we don't have a nice color printer, but these are from, if you don't have one, you can look at someone else. These are from the collection at the Israel Museum, and they were found, they're called, the technical archaeological term is the Judahite pillar figure, the JPF in the literature. They are found all over the land of Israel. And they stop at a certain point, and people argue about what point they stop, but definitely right before the exile to Babylonia, they stop. You don't find them anymore. And sometimes you find them broken, and the archaeologists said, well, was there a concerted effort to break them all? But then they're like, well, no, these are about 6 inches tall. They're made out of clay. They're just easy to break over the years. You find them, sometimes you find them, if you're, I guess, a richer family, you have ones made from a mold. But usually you find them and they're just kind of pinched heads, very crude. But what is the biggest feature here? Yes? They're holding up their breasts. Yeah. Now, are these the teraphim that it talks about in our Torah portion? Possibly. We don't know. Archaeologists, there's nothing written on them that says these are teraphim. Because like other parts of the Bible, it may seem that a teraph is some kind of taller statue that you have in your house. But these might be them. Because let's think about Rachel. As I said, for most of our Torah portion, Rachel is infertile. These might be symbols of fertility. Are these the female gods of the ancient Near East? We don't know. Are they just kind of good luck charms? We don't know. Are they our fertile ancestors? Maybe. So what is she doing now when she takes these gods? Let's just have this idea. When she takes these statues, the JPFs. She's establishing continuity. What do you mean?
Well, she's going to a new place.
Yeah.
Yet she wants good memories also.
Oh, very nice. Kind of like a convert to Judaism keeping a Christmas ornament. Okay. What? Lloyd.
She must be very insecure because she has the inability to conceive.
Maybe.
She's now going to a new life, and she can't forget really her past, and she's bringing these idols for what they are for good luck. Maybe her luck will change once she goes to her new home.
Okay, good. She was very willing to go to the new home. Like, we didn't read the verses right before we started that Leah and Rachel's like, let's get out of here. But, okay, maybe she needs a little superstition, if you will, of the whole old home. But I will say, scholars argue about this, modern scholars, archaeologists. The Torah doesn't ban things made out of clay. Usually when it talks about idolatry, it bans things made out of stone, gold, wood. It doesn't say clay things. So maybe it was okay to be a monotheist with these things. They were all over the land. So maybe she does trust in God, but needs a little something extra.
I think she's hedging her bets.
Maybe hedging her bets.
I think that's when she agreed to marry, she still wasn't completely separated from her old way of thinking. She's coping with the fact that she's barren. They have the fertility statuettes. Maybe she's not entirely certain that the God that now she's taken on will, give her a child that she so desperately wants.
Maybe.
She also obviously identifies very strongly
Yeah, good. What is the God of Israel doesn't have sex? No. I'm saying that the God of Israel doesn't have sex, and maybe people needed some kind of connection with that.
I thought he was referred to as Adonai, our Father.
The God of Israel has very male characteristics all over the Torah, all over the Bible, but doesn't do it as other gods in the ancient Near East did. And maybe she's tapping into some kind of spirituality that is lacking in her new religion. I don't know. There's a great book called In the Wake of the Goddesses that discusses this by the late scholar Tikva Fry-Markensky. And she says, with the idea of monotheism, it got rid of the female gods, and she gives the positives and the negatives to that. Yeah, that was Splansky.
I just want to come back to verse 35, and it could be all a lie and a ruse,
Mm-hmm.
right, to deflect. But when she says to her father, "I can't get up,"
Yeah, good.
and
Good.
euphemism here for the way of women is upon me, we don't know that might be a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Maybe she's even miscarried.
Right.
This
Yeah.
could be a desperate moment for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Or
out of desperation, people do all kinds.
she was praying that she was pregnant, and then now she finds out she's not, and she needs some help, right? But it's also it is a ruse to keep her father away from her, but it could also be true, right? Yeah.
And Jacob's already said the person who has them will outlive.
Right. And yeah. Okay, two more comments, yeah.
I can see a young woman today bringing a beloved childhood object along to their marriage.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it happens. They don't want to give up whatever it is. And maybe these are very beloved childhood
Okay.
figures for her.
They could be, but why can't they be beloved adult figures for her too? Right? Why? What is she? What I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is, maybe spirituality has to do with fertility, and these objects are helping her with that, whether they work or not. Right? Because they were all over the land of Israel, and it really isn't. A lot of scholars think it really isn't until when Deuteronomy was written that the Israelites were against these things. They were still monotheists, but it was these aids, these religion aids, if you will, that they needed, they wanted. Don't we have things like that? Even the Oren Kodesh. A lot of people kiss the Torah and push people out of the way to kiss the Torah. I'm not saying it's idolatry. God forbid, I do not say that. But we need aids. Okay, one more comment. And yeah.
Okay, I'm just wondering about the Hebrew word,
Yeah.
Rapim, and then I think trade. Is there any
No.
connection?
No.
No, but it possibly comes to us as trophy.
Trophy. Oh, really? That I didn't know. And so let's end with this great poem on the flip side by Rachel Solo by Alicia Susskind Oestreicher, who's a well-known poet, and a lot of her well-known in the Jewish world and in the whole poetry world. But she has a lot of Jewish poetry, but one book is all about biblical themes. So it's from the mid-90s, I think. Would someone like to read this poem? Please.
Sure.
Okay.
Not getting mad, just getting even. Papa, I'll say goodbye to you. I'll load my camel with my goods and take your household items too. And should you come in search of them, with indignation red and blue, I'll sit upon your statuettes and make good use of a bad taboo. Papa, I'll say, forgive me, but my monthlies here don't misconstrue this failure to get up. And you'll back off in dread.
So maybe she's taking what power she has here. She's connecting her spirituality with the power that she has, and all of these things we said about taking from her father, standing up to her father, or sitting down to her father, and trying to take her fertility into her own hands, because it is something that gives her power, but also not having the fertility takes away her identity. Exactly. So Shabbat Shalom. La, 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 la.
Now you know why I liked it last week.
Yeah, it's okay. Stop.
My name is Ava Rosen. I'm the Vice President of the Department of Administration. So I'm on the board of Holy Blossom, and I welcome you all here today. I'd like to thank our rabbis. I'm going to call them our Canadian-American rabbis who just celebrated American Thanksgiving, and they're here with us, as well as all other Canadian-Americans in our congregation. Happy Thanksgiving. Cantor Meisner, our cantor soloist, Lindley Rivers, for leading us today, our Gabbai Sam Spira, our usher and greeters, who week after week contribute to the warmth of our service. I want to thank first, where did Robert go? Oh, you're back there. Robert, I have watched you for many Sundays over the years at Shacharit service with your friend Jack Kugelmass. You brought great honor to the Torah today in preparing to chant the Torah with your teacher, Dory, who also chanted after you. It was beautiful, and I think you're now going to give Jack a run for his money on Sunday morning Shacharit services. I also like to thank Jerry Prendergast for her beautiful chanting of the Haftarah, even though she says she has a cold and it's a little hoarse. May I say a particular warm welcome to the mourners among us. We are here as your community to support you. So, December 12th, the first night of Chanukah, but a very special evening here at Holy Blossom, 7 p.m. Come join us as we light the festival lights, because we are dedicating the cornerstone of our future atrium, and we will rejoice with the Klez Connection, Toronto's largest klezmer band, part of this year's Musical Heritage Concert Series that our beloved Cantor Meisner leads. Dessert will follow following the concert. All are welcome, and if you haven't had a chance yet to look out that window at the back, there are stairs for people like me to look through it. You will see the construction from the very top looking down from the third floor, and it is very exciting to see how it changes every week. So please don't forget to look at the window. Please refer to the pew cards, our website, holyblossom.org, for all the list of our upcoming events. So many things are happening, so many diverse programs at Holy Blossom. Sharing a Shabbat meal together connects our members and our guests to one another and helps to build our community. So today it's in the Congregational Kiddush lunch is in the Enkin boardroom, back down on the main floor following services. Either take the elevator over there or the stairs in that corner takes you right down to the boardroom. Please look around the room at the end of the service if there's someone you haven't seen. A new guest, welcome them, walk downstairs together or take the elevator. Have lunch, Shabbat Shalom. Oh, you know what? There's a pen there.
So let's turn back in our Siddur to page 200 as we rise.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
We now invite our mourners to rise. Whether you are marking yahrzeit or have lost a loved one within the year, we invite you to please stand in your place. Today we mark the yahrzeit of the following: Mark Altwerger, Sidney Borche, Saul Brown, Alana Chapnick, Susan Cohen, Joanna Cooper, Joseph Krangle, Stephen Eisen, Saul Eisen, Arnold Epstein, Sam Feldman, Boris Fox, Mark Friedman, David Freifeld, Frederick Gans, Esther Gelber, Diane Gilman, Eugene Gross, Queenie Hennick, Joseph Kardish, Victor Kent, Jules Kaufman, Lou Krugel, Mildred Quinter, Walter Lampe, Leonard Levy, Esther Macklin, Mark Marks, Diane Miller, Philip Mossoff, Bernice Mukamal, Alec Muskovich, Phyllis Perlman, Maurice Pollock, Rose Posen, Elizabeth Schiff, Florence Shear, Sandy Shiner, Jay Schulman, Samuel Silver, Rose Silverman, Kelly Silverstein, Eva Simon, Joseph Singer, Louis Sloan, Jerry Solway, Doris Sternberg, Kathleen Stutz, and Goldie Yarmouth Cooper. We remember too those who have died most recently, whose families are in the period of Shloshim: Mary Greenberg, Ruby Herman Green, Murray Koffler, Jacob Locketts, Laura Schechter, Arthur Smith, Marvin Martin, and Lucy Weinstein. Are there others we're remembering this Shabbat? May their memories be for a blessing. We rise together and turn to page 202 for the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal Yitkadash Shmei Rabba B'amad Divrach Hirutei B'amlich Malchutei B'chai Yochon Uvyom Echon Uvchayei D'chol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala Uvizman Kariv V'imru Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevarach Leolam Oamei Amaya Yitbarach, Yishtabach, Yitpa'ar, Yitromam, Yitnatseh, Yithadar, Yitalev, Yithalal, Shemei Dekudasha, B'richu, Leila Minkol Berchata V'shirata, Tushbechata V'nechemata, Da'amiran Be'alma V'imru, Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shamaya, V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom B'imromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And together we say, Amen.
Oseh Shalom B'imromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru. Amen. Page 539. Adon Olam Asher Malach Ayadadai Ayadadai B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra Ayadadai Ayadadai Li'nasa B'chefzo Kol Ayadadai Azamel Shemo Nikra Ayadadai Ve'acharei Kichlot HaKol Levado Yimloch Nora Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Hoveh V'tiv Hara Adon Olam Asher Malach Ayadadai B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra Ayadadai Li'nasa B'chefzo Kol Azamel Shemo Nikra והוא אחד ואין שני, להמשילו להכבירה, בלי ראשית, בלי תכלית, ללא העוז והמסרה, לי 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 לי, אדון עולם אשר מלך, לי 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 לי, בטרם כל יציר נברא, לי 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 לי, להתנשא וחפצו כל, לי 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 לי, אז המלך שמו נקרא, לי 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 לי, והוא אלי וחי גואלי, וצור חבלי בעת צרה, והוא ניסי ומנוס לי, מנת כוסי ביום אקרא, לי 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 לי, אדון עולם אשר מלך, לי 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 לי, בטרם כל יציר נברא, לי 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 לי, להתנשא וחפצו כל, לי 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 לי, אז המלך שמו נקרא, לי 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 לי, בידו הפקיד רוחי, בעת תישן מאיירה, ואם רוחי גוויעתי, אדוני לי ולא יירא, לי 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 לי, אדון עולם אשר מלך, לי 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 לי, בטרם כל יציר נברא, לי 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 לי, להתנשא וחפצו כל, לי 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 לי, אז המלך שמו נקרא, לי 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 לי. No? על כן ברך אדוני את יום השבת ויקדשהו, ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן. לחיים.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, המוציא לחם מן הארץ.
Amen. La 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 Shabbat Shalom. La 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 Shabbat Shalom. La 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 la. Shabbat Shalom.
Yisrael, no.
Shabbat Shalom.
So that was dropped on the floor, so I don't...
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, just wipe it off.
Was a 5-second rule?
What that? Yeah. Right. Well, also like, Yaakov. How was it? Excellent. Good. I'll talk later. But Yaakov builds a matzevah in this week's Torah portion, and in Dvarim, no matzevot. You can't have matzevot. So he was building an idol, right?
Nice to see you here, Camille. It's so nice. So sweet.
Let's go down. I saw them in Debbie's office. Let's go downstairs and get to them.
I think I did a little overture. I can do it myself.
Okay.
Self-administering.
Okay, with care, right?
Oh yeah, very careful.
Okay.
Gloves and
The whole deal? Okay.
doing it, and because I think it's strong for the blessed. I think it's the blessed.
Right.
done, Robert. You do us proud.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody chance with this much strength?
Turn off the microphone when you get there.
Starting me at first, right beside him. Jumped.
Yeah.
He's good. There's a turret in the way of it at the moment.
If I made a bigger board, would that work better for this? Because we use it every week.
We do use it every week. It fits. This is the size.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it works, it works.
It works. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, you got your commentary. Very nice. Excellent. Mm-hmm. Nice. And is it? Cockeyed. Exactly. Nice. Yes. Well, it's in the border because that's where we're having the service, so somebody would bring it back up. Well, I think so. Actually, because right now, because the home is just going over to search online for two. So, like right now, before things when we're tracking what we have Century here, and for the same situation, they would be here, meaning there, and in the basement, they would probably maybe that's the huge. I'm not sure. Yeah, they would make it useful because we just keep like kicking it around. Everybody seems to like it though. They're like, oh, this is cool. in here. What? What?
What verses are my...
Oh, that's a good question. Hang on, I have to look it up. Let's see, it's in 2 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know if it's top of my head. Genesis 33. No, it's not Christ. It's not. It's not Christ. Over here, let's see. It's the 9th?
Nine.
You tell me if it... Vaishlach? Oh, wait a minute. Vaishlach. Why is Vaishlach this week? Oh, yeah. Oh, so no.
Oh, remember?
No.
I was on 256 of the book, but not
Right,
sure which
right,
one it
right.
was.
Yeah. I was on the wrong... I was starting on the wrong page here. I don't have my glasses on. There we go. Vayeshev. So you're chanting the end, yeah. Vayeshev.
Okay.
So you can tell them the end of Vayeshev.